Well, there are quite a few psalms in the hymn book of Israel that have been called psalms of cursing. The scholars call them imprecatory psalms. They are songs that call down divine damnation upon an enemy. They are asking Yahweh to spitefully judge and to punish. These psalms are mostly taboo in public worship in this modern era, and that's because they pose a problem if you're through these verses looking for a good thought for the day. There are 13 verses that are recognized as the Psalms of cursing. Let me read you a few. Remember, these are prayers asking for revenge of some sort. Let death take my enemies by surprise. Let them go down alive to the grave. Psalm 55:15. O God, break the teeth in their mouths. Psalm 58:6. May they be blotted out of the book of life and not be listed with the righteous. Psalm 69:28. May his children be fatherless and his wife a widow. Psalm 109:9. How blessed will be the one who seizes your infants and dashes them against the rocks. Psalm 137:9. Oy vey. Many are quick to point out that these prayers are all sub-Christian, meaning before the Christian era and substandard. They sure don't measure up to modern day standards. No person taking seriously the words of Jesus like love your enemies can pray these words any longer. They belong to a far-off age. The New Testament showed us a higher standard and ethics, a better way to treat our enemies, a better way to treat ourselves. Even the author of Matthew got it right. And you have heard it said, love your neighbor and hate your enemy. But I tell you, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you, that you may be children of your Father in heaven. He causes his sun to shine and rise on the evil and the good, and he sends rain on the righteous and the unrighteous. If you love those who love you, what reward will you get? Are not even the tax collectors doing that? And if you greet only your own people, what are you doing more than the others? Do not even the pagans do that? Be perfect, therefore, as your heavenly Father is perfect. Matthew even said Jesus calls down woes of judgment on religious leaders in Matthew 23. But I think Matthew was only saying that the teachers of the law and Pharisees are hypocrites because they don't practice what they preach. Anyway, for those living under the Old Covenant, God's judgment against unholiness was a continuous deterrent for them. And I suppose that it follows they would seek to have like judgment against those who would do them wrong as well. Well, at least that's the thinking that goes along with biblical inerrancy. Now we feel that the Old Testament should be judged by New Testament standards, not to mention our modern-day standards of today. The truth is, many Christians have been told that they should very much pray these prayers. Use them. However, some great Christian minds have said just the opposite, arguing that the imprecatory psalms should not be part of the New Testament Christian's prayer life. C.S. Lewis is the most famous example. He said, we must not either try to explain them away or to yield for one moment to the idea that because it comes from the Bible, and all this vindictive hatred must somehow be good and pious. We must face both facts squarely. The hatred is there, festering, gloating, undisguised. And also, we should be wicked if we in any way condoned or approved it. I was taught to pray these prayers, and I did. And somehow they brought me peace. But then the Lord closed the door to religion on me. And ever since then, all that kind of stuff just sort of faded away because they became unnecessary. Use them or lose them. What do y'all think?